Week 2 of 12, Norwegian 4x4. 4 minutes of maximum aerobic output, 4 times. And if you have never done this protocol, understand one thing going in. It does not negotiate with you. It does not care about your plan.
Today is May 14. We're gonna do Norwegian 4x4 in less than 2 minutes. I'm going to set my interval speed to 7.6 this time.
Hesam has just called his interval speed for today, 7.6 miles per hour.
What makes today particularly interesting is that we have 2 completely different biological systems lining up to run the same protocol side by side at the same moment. Hesam, 38 years old, male, baseline VO2max of 48.5. Roza, 35, female, baseline VO2max of 33.8. Same ambition, entirely different architecture.
Okay, in less than 1 minute, I'm gonna set my speed to 6.4 miles per hour for all my intervals.
Roza has locked in at 6.4.
Hesam carries a significantly higher hemoglobin concentration than Roza. That means his blood is transporting more oxygen per heartbeat. His cardiovascular system does not have to recruit as aggressively to reach the same relative aerobic ceiling that Roza is targeting at 6.4. The gap in belt speed is not a performance gap. It is 2 separate biological systems solving the same equation. The effort will be equivalent. The physiology guarantees it.
10 seconds to the first interval. Roza already has her eye on the console. She is completely composed. And the belt accelerates!
Hesam locks into his stride immediately. Chest up, arms driving, eyes straight ahead. The shift in his face is instant. The calculation has begun.
Jax, this is the moment the sympathetic nervous system fires the opening signal. Heart rate recruitment accelerates, the vascular highway opens fully, and the body finds out how well the pre-interval vasodilation actually prepared the system for what is coming.
Roza is checking in early. She is completely in control.
Just started, it's interval 1, so I'm fresh on the side. My heart rate is at 133, level of 48, so 3 out of 10.
Pump it up, DJ! Hesam is checking in, 1.5 minutes into block 1.
Minutes into the first interval. My heart rate is 164. I think I'm pushing a little too much. But it's still flow. I can do it.
164. That early into interval 1 at 7.6 miles per hour. He has front-loaded the effort. The question is whether that costs him anything in blocks 3 and 4.
My heart rate is at 172. I'm getting fuel crashed. Not so much challenging, not so bad. Level of effort is 7 out of 10.
Roza is moving differently, quieter. more settled into herself. 7 out of 10 effort, and she describes it as not so bad. She has found her rhythm quickly. Hesam is checking in.
30 seconds. End of the first interval. Heart rate is at 170. I'm pretty sure we're just increasing the speed 0.1 mile per hour. Probably I would dial it back to 7.5. Again.
Hesam's heart rate has climbed to 170. He is already running the numbers in his head. 7.6 was too demanding. He is going to dial back to 7.5 for interval 2. The analysis is happening in real time while the lungs are still catching up.
170 beats per minute at the close of block 1 at 7.6 miles per hour is useful data. And Hesam is actually doing the correct thing by responding to it rather than ignoring it. The instinct to modify is good science. Whether the modification is the right size, we will see.
He is back again. Let's see what he's about to say.
Heart rate is 152.
His heart rate had dropped to 152.
I'm catching up my breath.
Pay attention to those recovery heart rate numbers. That says a lot about cardiorespiratory fitness.
Just a little increase in the speed. We put so much pressure on me on the very first interval.
This 3-minute window is absolutely critical. They must keep walking. Do not stand still. Walking keeps the skeletal muscle pump active in their calves and thighs, pushing blood back up against gravity to keep the heart full, even as the heart rate dials down.
Roza is checking in a minute into the rest.
Interval 1 is done, and my heart rate goes down to 142. So I feel okay to start the next interval in less than 1 minute.
She is at 142. Both of them breathing, both of them still upright.
Notice how quickly they descend from peak interval values back toward baseline is one of the cleanest real-time windows into cardiovascular fitness that we have access to. The faster the drop, the stronger the vagal tone. I mean, the parasympathetic nervous system reasserting control over the heart rate. We will come back to this later in the session when the numbers mean more.
Interval 2. The treadmills spin back up and they are immediately back to work. Look at the synchronization here. Flawless focus from both athletes.
Now that their system is primed, their heart rates will actually climb much faster into the target zone during this second interval. The cardiovascular system remembers the stress from just a few minutes ago and skips the gradual ramp up.
Roza is checking in.
30 minutes in interval 2, and my heart rate is 165.
165 beats per minute for Roza.
Level of effort is 6 out of 10.
She means 30 seconds into the interval, but I'm sure the time is going slower for her. Heart rate 165. Effort 6 out of 10. And she says she feels okay to start.
She is working hard. At 6.4 miles per hour, represents a very significant fraction of her maximum cardiac output relative to her body mass and hemoglobin architecture. The fact that she is reporting 6 out of 10 tells you something specific about her psychological tolerance for sustained cardiovascular discomfort. It is genuinely exceptional.
Let's see how the man is doing.
My heart rate is at 165. I'm feeling good. Just dialing down that speed like 1 compared to the first interval. It was harsh. I'm feeling more comfortable with the first.
Hesam has made his decision. 7.5 miles per hour. He says the first half feels more controlled. Effort, 7 out of 10. He sounds almost relieved to be running an experiment rather than surviving one. Roza is checking in.
My heart rate jumped to 181. Feeling pressure and challenged, but it's not exhausting. Level of effort, it's 8 out of 10.
181 beats per minute. We are approaching the upper boundary of her physiological heart rate ceiling for her age. At that load, her ventilatory system is under maximum stress, producing more carbon dioxide than her lungs can comfortably clear. The lactate is accumulating. The brain is beginning to negotiate for survival. She is ignoring both of them.
What's up, Hesam?
Almost 30 seconds. The end of the second interval. My heart rate is at 169. Level of effort about 8 out of 10.
Hesam closes interval 2 at 169 beats per minute. Effort, 8 out of 10. And then he says, I feel I can do it easily.
Welcome to the analytical brain under metabolic stress. The numbers say 8 out of 10. The internal monologue says easily.
Active recovery time. Bring that speed down, stand up tall, and open up those lungs. Take a bow, you two. That was a masterclass in execution. Breathe it out, wipe down the sweat, and reset the clock.
They are halfway through, which means cumulative systemic fatigue is peaking. Their blood vessels are completely dilated, and the body is working furiously to shuttle accumulated lactate out of the legs and into the liver and heart to be recycled back into usable energy.
Hesam is checking in during the rest.
1 minute of the second rest, my heart rate is at 140. I caught my breath. On the way to get ready for the third interval.
He is at 140 in under a minute. Not too shabby.
And here is Roza.
Halfway is done, and my heart rate is down to 150. I still need to catch my breath, but feel steady and stronger for the next two intervals.
She is at 150, still working to catch her breath, but she says she feels steady and strong for the next 2 intervals.
Elena, after watching them both redline like this, is this amount of suffering actually worth the outcome?
It is not just worth it, Jax. It is biologically needed for this level of adaptation. This specific high-intensity interval format is vastly superior to steady-state work for increasing VO2 max because it forces the heart's left ventricle to physically stretch. By peaking at that 90 to 95% intensity, they are triggering maximal stroke volume expansion, which is the only reliable way to fundamentally scale up the body's aerobic ceiling.
Welcome to the championship rounds, folks. Interval number 3 is live. This is purely a mental game now. Roza is gritting her teeth, fighting the immediate resistance of the belt speed.
This third block is traditionally the absolute hardest phase of a 4x4. The initial psychological adrenaline has completely evaporated, and the finish line is still miles away. Biomechanically, they must fight the urge to slouch. Keeping an upright thoracic posture is vital to keep their lung volume entirely uncompromised.
Roza talking to us from the absolute depths of block 3.
I was 1 minute in interval 3 and my heart rate jumped to 164. I'm getting fuel crashed, but it's still good. Level of effort, 7 out of 10.
Roza is 1 minute into interval 3, heart rate 164, effort 7 out of 10. She says she is getting pressured, but still good.
Her body is utilizing specialized proteins called monocarboxylate transporters, or MCTs, to shuttle lactate away from her burning legs so she can maintain this blistering pace without her muscles seizing up.
And Hesam.
Almost in the middle of the third interval. My heart rate is at 170. I gotta adopt the speed again, 0.1 mile per hour. It's really more challenging. But it's still better than the first interval. I would say level of effort is now 7 out of 10.
He is running a live experiment on himself.
What Hesam is doing right now is actually elegant exercise physiology in practice. He used the reduced load in block 2 as a controlled measurement. He observed that his cardiac response confirmed he had remaining aerobic room. He has now re-escalated to probe the ceiling again from a more recovered baseline. That is not over-engineering. That is exactly how you train intelligently.
My heart rate is 184. I'm getting feel cooked. So much pressure. Level of effort, 9 out of 10. It's hard for me to touch.
Roza, heart rate 184. She says there is so much pressure. Effort, 9 out of 10. It is hard for her to talk. I am holding my breath for her.
The burn is structural, not psychological. And at this exact threshold of suffering, this moment, this specific moment of being cooked and struggling to speak, is sending the molecular order to build new mitochondria. She is constructing a better engine while the current one is running at its absolute limit.
Welcome to the deep water. Hesam, say it.
Almost 30 seconds. The end of the third interval. My heart rate is at 173. I'm toast. level of effort, 9 out of 10. I really feel the pressure of just 0.1 mile per hour.
Both of them at 9 out of 10 at the same moment in the same block. Different heart rates, different belt speeds, the same internal experience. That is the physiology doing exactly what it is supposed to do.
3 down, 1 to go. They have broken the back of this workout. Walk it out. Breathe deep. You have earned this rest, but do not lose that focus. There is one more peak left to climb.
They are on the precipice of finishing a world-class aerobic session. This final rest is about clearing just enough carbon dioxide and resetting cellular energy stores for one last 4-minute maximal effort. The psychology shifts completely here, Jax. The brain realizes the end is near, which actually triggers a minor neurochemical release of dopamine, helping to mask the lingering muscular pain.
Hesam checks in as we prepare for the final battle.
My heart rate is at 143, a minute after the last rest. Getting ready for the last interval. We're gonna hammer it.
Hesam is at 143 within a minute, already thinking about the last interval. He says he will probably set the speed back to 7.5. Roza checks in for the final recovery chat.
My heart rate is done at 158. Still need to catch my breath and make myself ready for the last interval.
Watch Roza's descent here. She is at 158, and she says she still needs to catch her breath and make herself ready. Coming down from 184, that recovery trajectory is working. But she earned that number completely. The parasympathetic nervous system is working hard to reclaim the heart rate in 3 minutes.
We're getting into the final interval, folks. Let's see if they can both cross the finish line. This is it! The final 4 minutes! No holding back, no saving energy for later. Empty the tank right here, right now.
This is where the magic happens. The cumulative fatigue from the first 3 intervals means that every single second spent in this final block is pushing their VO2max limits to the absolute maximum threshold.
Roza checking in.
My heart rate jumped to 166. I'm feeling pressured. Level of effort, 8 out of 10. But feeling good to finish this interval. It's the last one.
Roza does not wait for the numbers to settle. Heart rate has already jumped to 166.
Jax, the body does not want to stop when the finish line is visible. When the brain knows the endpoint is defined and fixed, it adjusts its protective signaling.
Hesam checks in from the absolute peak of the mountain.
almost in the middle of the last interval. Heart rate at 167 and level of effort is at 8 out of 10.
Heart rate 167. Effort 8 out of 10. This is the home stretch. They are emptying the reservoir. Drive the arms. Hold the pace. And now Roza checks
My
in.
heart rate is 187. Feeling good. So hard to finish the last minutes. Super challenging.
187 beats per minute.
187 beats per minute. That is the highest number we have seen from Roza today. And it has arrived in the final interval after more than 20 minutes of sustained cardiovascular stress. That is not a sign of deterioration. That is complete and total commitment to the ceiling of her aerobic capacity at the moment it matters most.
Hesam, 1 minute to the finish line.
My heart rate is at 173. 9 out of 10. The effort.
Heart rate 173. Effort 9 out of 10.
When Hesam stops narrating, we know he has finally stopped calculating.
The sweat is pouring, the muscles are screaming, but he is standing tall on that belt. 3, 2, 1, and done.
Turn the speed down, grab the towels, and catch your breath, because you just completed a masterclass in high-intensity training.
Let's look at these final numbers on the dashboard board. Roza clocks in at 2.7 total miles with an astonishing average heart rate of 165 beats per minute, peaking out at a massive 188 max.
And look at Hesam's numbers, covering 3.17 total miles of distance, maintaining a rock-solid average heart rate of 150 beats per minute, and ticking up to a max of 174.
What those numbers show is textbook training execution for 2 weeks in a row. For Dr. Elena, I am Coach Jax. Congratulations to Roza and Hesam, and to all of you watching and training, keep hunting those adaptations. We will see you on the next one. Stay tuned.